Hello and welcome to Yoga with Alexandra. I'm Alexandra, aka Flower Yogi. Thank you so much for joining me on the mat today. We will be doing a full-length Hatha Flow class. So roll out your mat and let's get started in a seat today. You can sit with your legs cross-legged or sitting on the heels, just taking a moment to land, to ground. Close the eyes if that feels safe, just letting go of the day thus far. And starting to deepen your breath, connecting to your full yogic breath as you inhale, belly expands, chest expands. And as you exhale, belly relaxes, chest relaxes. Just continuing to breathe, to witness. You can bring the hands in chin mudra, index finger touching the thumb, back of the hand resting on the knees. Taking in the sounds, the sensations of your environment. And guiding your attention inward to that point between your eyebrows. Take a deep breath in and a long, complete breath out. Starting to open the eyes, move the hands, and we'll bring the knees into the chest. You can face the top of the mat and just starting to roll back and forth, warming up the spine. Rolling, feeling that massage along the whole length of the spine. Take a couple more. We'll meet standing towards the top of the mat to prepare for sun salutation. So you can stand about 8 inches or so from the top of the mat so you have room. And hands at your sides, take a deep breath in. Exhale, palms together at your heart. Inhale, arms reach up and back. Exhale, forward fold. Hands next to the feet, fingers in line with the toes. You can bend the knees if you need to. Inhale, right leg steps back. Lower the knee, look forward, low lunge. Retain the breath, left foot steps back, high plank. Exhale, lower knees, chest, chin, or forehead. Inhale, coming forward, cobra. Exhale, curl the toes. This will lift the hips up and back, inverted V, downward dog. Pedal out the feet here on your first dog. Stretching through the backs of the legs, calves, hamstrings. And on an inhale, right foot steps forward in between the hands. Lower that left knee, look forward. Exhale, left foot steps forward, forward fold. Inhale, arms reach up and back. Exhale, hands at your sides. Inhale. Exhale, hands together. Inhale, reach up and back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, left foot steps back. Lower the knee, look forward. Retain the breath, right foot steps back. Exhale, knees, chest, forehead. Inhale, look forward, cobra. Keep the elbows hugging in towards the rib cage. Exhale, lower the head down, lift the hips up and back, downward dog. One more chance to slow it down in your inverted V, pedaling out the feet. Making sure to press into all of your fingertips. Take some pressure out of the wrists. And on an inhale, left foot steps forward, low lunge. Look up. Exhale, right foot steps forward. Inhale, arms reach up and back. Exhale, hands come down. Really nice. So we'll start to speed it up a little bit, trying to move one breath per movement. Inhale. Exhale, hands together. Inhale, arms reach up and back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, right foot steps back. Retain, left foot steps back. Exhale, knees, chest, forehead. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, inverted V. Inhale, right foot steps forward. Exhale, left foot steps forward. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, hands come down. Inhale. Exhale, palms together at heart. Inhale, reach up, arch back. Keep the arms in line with the ears. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, left foot back. Retain, right foot back. Exhale, knees, chest, chin, forehead. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, inverted V. Inhale, left foot forward. Exhale, right foot forward. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, hands come down at your sides. Inhale. Exhale, palms together. Inhale, reach up, arch back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, right. Retain, left. Exhale, knees, chest, forehead. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, inverted V. Inhale, right foot forward. Exhale, left foot forward. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, arms come down. Last one. Inhale. Exhale, hands together. Inhale, reach up, arch back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, left foot back. Lower the knee. Retain, right foot back. High plank. Exhale, knees, chest, forehead. Inhale, cobra. Lift the chest, lift the head. Exhale, back, inverted V. Inhale, left foot forward. Exhale, right foot forward. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, hands come down to your sides. Spread the feet about hips width apart. Allow the arms to be open at your sides. And just observe the breath. Starting to slow the heart rate down once again. And then we'll bring the arms parallel to the ground, coming up on the toes if you can. And as you exhale, start to lower the hips, bend the knees. Try to keep those heels lifted. Hands can come at your heart, and then we'll slowly lower down onto our backs. So, finding a mini Shavasana here. Hatha yoga it's a big umbrella term for a lot of different styles, but this is one of the more traditional sequences that incorporates movement and rest and really allows the body to reset. So just take in the breath, calming the mind. And we'll continue our warm-up with leg raises. So you can bring the hands at your sides, bring the feet together. And if you want a little more, if you know you're extra strong in your abdomen, you can also interlace the hands behind the head or neck. So up to you. We'll start with single leg lifts, starting with the right. Inhale, leg lifts up. Try to keep that leg straight. Exhale, lower it down. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, lower. Sinking breath and movement. Inhale, right. Exhale, left. Notice if you're going fast, try to slow it down. Inhale, left, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, lower, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, right, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, lower, 2, 3, 4. Last one, left, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, lower, 2, 3, 4. We're going to double leg lifts. You can keep the hands at your sides or maybe bring them behind the head. Feet come together, and on an inhale we keep that activation in the core as we press down through the low back. Inhale, lift both legs up, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, lower, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, up, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, down, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, up, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, down, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, up, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, down, 2, 3, 4. Last one, up. Inhale. And exhale, lower, nice and slow, and release the legs. Release the arms to your sides. Pausing for just a moment. Observing the breath, the temperature of your body, heart rate. And when you're ready, we'll stretch the arms long on a breath in, fingertips away from the toes, grow long through the right and left side, and then rolling over onto one side, any side, and pressing your way up with that top hand to come into a child's pose. So however you need to get there, you can bring the knees and toes together and melt the heart back. If you need to spread the legs, spread the knees a little wider, you can do that also. Melting the fingers back by the toes, forehead to the mat. And feeling that heaviness, compression of the hip flexors. Taking one more deep breath in here. And a long sigh out. And when you're ready, we'll glide the hands forward to press our way up, like we're coming into a tabletop. Then we'll bring our elbows underneath the shoulders, measuring the distance between the hands, palms to opposite elbow. We're going to start with a dolphin today. If you want any assistance with headstand, which is kind of where this lands in the practice, you can have a video on that for preparation for headstand. But we'll just start with the dolphin today. So palms come together, interlace the fingers, lift the hips up and back so that our head is kind of between the elbows but still lifted off the mat. And you can walk the toes a little closer to the elbows, still pressing the belly back towards the thighs. You can stay here or join me in some dolphin push-ups. This is great strengthening exercise for the arms and shoulders, also great preparation for headstand. So as you inhale, we'll come forward, tapping the chin down, or maybe just slightly in front of those fists. And as you exhale, go back, head taps between the elbows. So inhale. It's almost like a low plank, but our hips stay lifted. And then exhale back. Try to do 5 more on your own time. Stay with your breath. Last one. And lowering the knees down. Send the hips back. Forehead down. Hands come back towards the feet. And then we'll press our way up and shift onto the back once again as we prepare for shoulder stand. So laying on your back, we'll prepare for shoulder stand. If you have any contraindications, such as uncontrolled high blood pressure, you're on the heaviest day of your menstrual cycle, or you have any recent surgeries or injuries in your head or neck, then I don't advise practicing. You can always put your legs up the wall so the hips are lowered and your legs are supported against a wall. Otherwise, we will prepare to lift the legs and the hips, so hands are at your sides. You can kind of shimmy the shoulders a little closer together, and on an inhale, we'll lift the legs, lift the hips, support the low back with your hands, so fingertips are pointing towards your toes. Stay here for a moment before adjusting, just allowing the blood flow to slowly reverse its motion. And then if you want to grow a little taller, you can bend the knees and bring them towards the forehead, and then kind of walk the elbows a little closer. That's going to help you lift up a little higher, a little straighter through the back body. And then lifting the feet up towards the sky. Remembering to breathe here. Stay with your yogic breath. So it might feel constricted as our weight is in our shoulders and our neck is compressed. This is really great for the thyroid, for supporting hormone balance in the body, and just reversing the blood flow from the toes down to the head. Great for circulation, for digestion. So keep breathing into the belly. Maybe walk the hands a little closer to the shoulder blades. And remember, your weight should not be all in your neck. We want to kind of focus that weight into the shoulders. So keep breathing. And then we'll prepare for plow, lowering the right leg down. Maybe the toes come down over the head. Maybe they don't. That's okay. And then we'll lift that right leg back up. Lower the left leg down. Maybe the toes come down. Maybe they don't. And lifting the left leg back up. Option to lower both legs. So if they're here with the feet kind of hovering, that's okay. Just keep supporting your low back with your hands. If the feet do come all the way to the mat, try to keep the legs straight. You can bring the hands down to press into the mat if that feels safe. And try to stay active through the legs. So pressing the heels away from your body. You'll feel that activation in the back of the legs. Keep breathing. Maybe you can walk the arms a little closer to interlace the hands. If your hands are down, your feet are down. Take another deep breath in. And a long sigh out. We'll start to re-support the low back as we lift the legs, either one at a time or together, up back into our shoulder stand. And then lowering them at about a 60-degree angle. Hips come down a little bit. We'll bring the hands to the mat to use them as tracks, lowering one vertebrae at a time until the feet come all the way down to your mat. Relax in Shavasana. You can roll the head side to side. Just observing any sensations here. And when you're ready, bending the knees to prepare for bridge Setu Bandhasana. So you can walk the heels a little closer so they're close to your glutes, maybe just out of reach of your fingertips if your hands are at your sides. And then on an inhale, we'll lift the hips, press up towards the ceiling. You can walk the shoulder blades a little closer together, either interlacing the hands or pressing the palms down into your mat. Lift the chest towards the chin, lift the chin away from the chest. Look up towards the sky, taking a deep breath in, press the glutes up, up, up. And exhale, release, melt it back down. Extend the legs long. Taking a deep breath in and a long breath out. Beautiful. We'll go into a fish pose, Matsyasana. So this is a counter pose to shoulder stand. We'll walk the hands underneath the bum. So just shimmying side to side. We want to get our elbows as close together as we can so that imagine there's a aerial view of your body and you can't see your elbows. That's the idea. So palms are pressing into the mat. And if this does not work for your arms or your shoulders, you can kind of hug the elbows in while keeping the palms on the outside of the hips. But let's try, if we can, if we're able to bring those hands and arms underneath the body. Weight is going to be in the elbows as we inhale, press into the elbows, lift the chest, lift the head, and then allowing the head to fall back so that maybe the top of our head comes down to the mat. Deep breath. The weight should be in the elbows mostly, not the head. If you can't bring your head down, that's okay. Just protect your neck. Breathing deeply. We won't be here long. One more inhale. Long exhale. On your next inhale, pressing into the elbows, lift the head very gently, just enough to roll back and move the arms to the sides. Shavasana, palms open towards the sky. Spread the feet apart, hips width or wider, toes falling outwards. Slow your breath. Notice what it's like to be still, to calm the mind. And gently wiggling the fingers, the toes. On an inhale, stretching the fingertips away from the toes, full body stretch. And exhale, relax. Again, hug the knees into the chest, palms to kneecaps. Give yourself a little massage here. on the low back. You can either roll to one side or bending and rolling your way up into a seat. So preparing for a forward fold. Paschimottanasana, move the fleshy part of your seat to the side so that the sit bones are connected to the mat, to the ground below you. And then feet are nice and long. They can be together or slightly separated. Nice and tall through the spine. On an inhale, we'll lift the arms up. And exhale, folding forward. Hands can reach for the feet or the shins. And we'll do that a couple more times just to settle in. So inhale, lifting up, lengthen through the spine. Keep that reach away through the fingertips. And as you exhale, folding forward. One more time, inhale, lift up. And exhale, fold, settle in. Grab the outsides or tops of the feet. And trying to relax through the legs, through the arms and shoulders. Melting the heart and the head down towards the knees. And as you breathe in, try to feel that expanse through your back body. And as you breathe out, find a little softness, maybe melting you a little closer to the legs. You can play with the breath, inhaling for 3 seconds and exhaling for 3 seconds. And as that becomes comfortable, gently increasing the count, so that maybe you start to melt closer to the ground. Notice where you're holding or clenching and just soften those muscles. And inhaling, rolling up one vertebra at a time. Walk the hands up the legs. Head is the last to lift. Can move the head side to side. Really lovely. We'll bend the knees and come forward onto our bellies for some back bends. Melting the head down. You can create a pillow with the hands, bringing one cheek to the mat. Toes together, heels fall out. And then we'll bring the hands underneath the shoulders, forehead to the mat. Elbows hugging in towards your rib cage. Feet can be together or slightly apart. Inhale, lift the head, lift the chest. Cobra, we've been here before. And exhale, melt it down. Inhale, lift up, come up a little higher. Maybe you start to straighten the arms a little bit. Deep breath, pull the shoulders back, nice and long through the neck, through the spine. And exhale, melt down. Create a pillow with the hands. Look to the opposite side. Toes come together. Really nice. And then we'll bring the forehead to the mat again, bending at the knees, and then reaching back to grab the ankles. So if you can't reach the ankles, you can either try one leg at a time or just send the arms back as we lift the chest for bow pose, Dhanurasana. Lifting the chest, pull back through the feet, lift the knees, maybe bringing them up a little higher. So arms are pulling you forward, legs are pulling you back like a taut bowstring. And deep breath in. Exhale, stay. Keep breathing. And when you're ready, gently release. You can squeeze the feet in towards the hips and then release the legs down. Palms underneath your shoulders and press your way up and back to a child's pose. Knees come together. Hips to your heels. Melt the arms back. Balasana. When you're ready, pressing your way up to sit on the heels, moving to half spinal twist or Ardha Matsyendrasana. So you can sit to the left of the heels, bringing your right foot over the left knee. If this does not work for you, you can also extend that right leg out long. But otherwise, we'll keep that right heel next to our glutes. So both of our sit bones are planted down. The left foot is planted. We'll bring our left hand behind our hip. Inhale, right arm reaches up. And exhale, twisting over to your left. Hook the elbow on that bent knee. Maintaining a nice length of the spine. With every breath in and every breath out, twisting a little deeper. Maybe that right hand comes to grab the knee or even that left foot. Or you can just keep that arm bent. Deep breath in. Exhale, twist a little deeper. And on your next inhale, gently unwind. Look over to the opposite side just for a moment. And then release. We'll switch legs. So sitting to the left of the heels, we can bring our right foot over that bent left leg. Always the option to extend that bottom leg out. And then right hand comes behind the hips. Inhale, left arm reaches up, nice and tall. Exhale, twist over to the right. Using that back arm as a kickstand. Deep breath in, grow nice and tall. And exhale, twisting deeper, look behind you. One more breath in. Stay for the breath out. And inhale to unwind. Look over to the opposite side. And coming back through center. Lovely. So now we'll go into our balancing poses. This is an opportunity to explore. I'll lead you through crow pose. If that is not in your practice today, you can always take tree or any other balance posture of your like, any other balance posture of your choosing. So, or you can stay in a low yogi squat, malasana. So starting here with our elbows kind of hanging over our knees. We'll bring our hands down. So a little wider than shoulder width distance. Feet are planted. And then you can kind of just start to open up the hips a little. I like to rock forward, feeling that pressure of the knees on the elbows. Just feels really good in the hips. And planting the hands down, we'll lift the hips up, creating a little shelf as we bend into the elbows, into the arms, and then pressing the weight of our legs onto that shelf. So you can bring the toes a little closer together. Look out in front of you. Don't look down at the hands or below you. This will help with the balance. And you can play with lifting one foot up and the other, maybe both feet. And stay with your breath wherever you are. Focus on your drishti, that point between your eyebrows. And when you've had enough, coming back to your squat, you can shake out the wrists, roll them around. Beautiful. Coming to the top of your mat. And we'll spread the feet nice and wide, actually, to face the wide edge of the mat. So send one leg back. Feet are nice and wide. Hands at your hips, tall through the spine. Inhale, pull the elbows together. Exhale, folding forward, wide-legged fold. Toes can turn slightly in, heels slightly out. Grab whatever feels good here. Melting the head down towards the mat. I'm looking at the chickens behind me. We're enjoying foraging bugs on a rainy day. Just observing your surroundings and coming back to your breath. Deep breath in. Exhale out. And bringing the hands underneath the face, one hand to the hip, and then the other will come out as we came in, flat back as we lift up. And then turning our left toes towards the end of the mat. We'll bring our arms out wide, right hand up by our ear, reaching towards the sky. And then maintain that length in the side body as you melt that left hand down for triangle pose. So left hand is supported on the shin. But notice if all of your weight is in that bottom hand. See if you can engage the core a little more so the weight is really not, we're not putting too much weight in that bottom arm. Deep breath, look up. And exhale, start to come back up through center. Switch the feet, right foot out, left foot in. Arms come out parallel to the mat, left arm up by the ear, and then start to knock the hips back as we go forward towards that right leg. Deep breath in. Exhale out. Inhale lifts us all the way back up. Turn to the top of the mat, bring the feet together. Arms parallel to the mat. Inhale, lift up through the heels. Exhale, press the energy down as we bend into the knees and roll onto our backs for our final Shavasana. Amazing job today. Allow yourself a few minutes to rest here, to integrate the benefits of this practice. So important to allow ourselves to relax intentionally. Palms open at your sides, shimmy the shoulder blades together. And then we'll go through the body to tense and release the muscles, just allowing ourselves to completely relax here. Starting with the right leg, we'll inhale, lift the right leg just a few inches from the mat, tense the muscles in your foot and your legs, your glutes. Exhale, release, drop the leg down. Inhale, left leg, lift slightly, tense the muscles of the foot, spread the toes, tense the leg. Exhale, relax. Inhale, squeeze the glutes, lift them up a little off the floor. Exhale, release. Inhale, pressing the abs, low back down to the mat. Exhale, release. Inhale, puff up the belly, the chest. Shoulders lift. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, make a fist with both hands, lift the arms, tense the forearms, the biceps, the triceps. Stretch the fingers wide. Exhale, drop. Inhale, shoulders to the ears. Bring the fingers down to the toes. Exhale, release. Roll the head side to side. Inhale, make a sour face, pull the nose and the mouth and the eyes all together, scrunch your face. Exhale, relax. Inhale, open the eyes wide, stick out the tongue. Look up towards your third eye and exhale, relax. Allowing your whole body to completely relax. From your head to your toes, you are completely relaxed. You can continue to rest in Shavasana, or you can start to find those small, subtle movements. The fingers, the toes, the wrists, the ankles. And on an inhale, stretching the arms over the head, toes away from the fingers. And exhale, relax, Make your way to one side, bending the knees in towards the chest, and pressing your way up into a seat. Bring the hands together at your heart, taking a deep breath in and a long breath out. We'll lift the thumb knuckles to the third eye, taking one final breath in together, and exhaling, bowing to yourself, your body, the practice. Om Shanti. Thank you for joining. We'll see you next time.